1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2, 3, 4 2, 3, 4 5, 6, 7, 8 3, 4
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
All right.
All right.
Welcome to Hope.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Community HOPEcast. This is another Yap With Us session. I'm Annie.
I'm Vicky.
I'm Jane.
She eating her lunchy.
All right.
It's lunchy time. All right. Today, we're just going to talk about whatever's on my mind because I just need a brain rot.
Wait, okay, I have something in my mind too.
Okay, what's on your
That's
mind?
related to us.
Okay. What's related to us?
Vietnamese bachelorette Jen.
I'm not
Jen
into
Tran. You're not the
reality
Bachelorette?
I'm not into reality TV, period.
I don't watch TV, period.
well-
You asking the wrong people.
Well, I have an issue because it relates to us.
What's
right?
the issue? Okay.
So the issue is like, you know, as someone who loves Vietnamese and knows Vietnamese, like I like it when people try to speak Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not good at it, I don't care. At least you're trying,
Yeah.
you know?
Valid.
And so in one of the videos, it's like the preview, she's talking to, her last name is Tran, so she's talking to her Vietnamese mom, who only knows Vietnamese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, quote unquote, em nghĩ, this is the right choice, right? Em nghĩ,
To her
this
mom?
is the right, to her mom.
Her own mom.
But you could use am. You could use am with parents.
Really?
Yes. And
Oh.
I only noticed because I've been studying a language for like that long.
Why?
Because you're younger.
At what point in your is it just a thing that is established in certain families?
It's more like an informal thing.
Oh.
Like an informal, formal thing. Because at least you're not saying toy, right? That means,
yeah.
like, me.
Toy is bad.
But if you use am, like, that's okay. You can still use am.
But that makes me feel some type of way because the age gap between you two will never close. Your age gap will always be the same age gap. So why is it not gong?
It could be gong too, but it also could be am.
But am feels like a smaller age gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think because the age gap with me, ages kind of stop working because it starts getting all mixed up because now it's work relationships too. You know what I mean? So for example, like because you work with Go Hao,
Yeah.
and because you're equals, she's technically Ji Hao.
Oh, let's not go there. Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
hold on.
I see where you're going, but even then, like it's still a little different. Like I think in the
Yeah.
office, like even with Go Hao, who's like
Yeah.
I don't want to age her, but much older. Like we call her Go for a reason, and then
Yeah.
we say Gong. Because it's like established. I mean, like she's definitely older. And we want to provide her that respect. But
Yeah.
the way that we like have the titles in the office, technically she should be back to all of us.
Yeah.
But we don't do that because we just follow whatever for example, like Gao, right?
Yeah.
Like we have our staff member Guan. That's his first name. We don't call him that. We call him
Yeah.
like Gao, which is the uncle synonym or the uncle pronoun, only because a fellow staff member is his actual nephew on his mom's side.
didn't
So he
know that.
calls him Gao. And then so how he entered the actual place is that, you know, we were looking for someone who wanted to manage the senior programs. And luckily our executive director, Ji Ham, she, you know, because he's also the like very distant relative, like in-law, she also calls him Gao because that's what everyone else calls him. So then we just call him Gao. And then he calls Go Hao by Go Hao, which is right.
Yeah.
Technically we should call her back Hao. But then, because like it's just been so normative in just like our office that he just calls her Go Out, and so do we, because it's
Right.
easier for her to just transition, just keep it to one name.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause in my workplace, I don't think I call everyone date because I have a lot of that. Especially there was one teacher, right, where she taught in the same place that I have taught, and because her daughter was in my class, her daughter calls me Go, right? But the teacher, that mom of that teacher is my mom's age or older than my mom, so she should be like back, but I call her J because we're on equivalent
Yeah,
levels.
I see that.
So it's different, but basically she uses am ye, and I use am with my parents. I use am with my mom.
Oh.
Yeah. Just because with gong, it's, I don't know, it's just something we're used to. And I hear my parents using am. Actually, no, they use mei tao, but that's not
That just depends on the family.
yeah.
It just depends on the
I
family,
mean, again,
right?
language use is so unique,
Yeah.
but there is, I don't know. In my head, at least in my brain, there's a certain ick when I see someone like older and like their parents are like older like that, and like the example you started off with the conversation gives me a certain ick.
Well, a lot of people on TikTok would agree with you because
Yeah.
they start like ragging on Jen about her use of Vietnamese language,
Yeah.
right? Where you could use am, but I just didn't like how like, oh, why is she trying to? Her accent's really bad. Why is she trying to talk Vietnamese?
It's not
on
the
national
accent.
TV?
It really is just the pronoun use for me that gives me the ick. Because it's like, for me, pronoun use is really highly related to a person's actual age.
Right.
Not some situational seniority or anything, but just age and appearance.
See, I used to think that way too.
Yeah.
But like now I'm in this weird like workplace where it's like, okay, we're all brothers and
That
sisters.
makes sense to me, though. That can still make sense to me.
Yeah.
But
I think it's might be for me. I like in workplace settings, like yes, like I think there's a lot more flexibility only because like how closely you're working. But then with like the relationship of in like Vietnamese community of like what a parent and child is, like there's a lot of respect that goes into it. So I wouldn't like say am because that would denote like, oh, that closest of age range. But then I would always focus on gong because like, oh, it's to me growing up like it's like, oh, a form of respect, like, okay, you are my parent. You are someone older than me. You are my blood relative. You have birthed me and stuff like that. You have raised me. That's why I would say gong.
Yeah.
So like for me, like it does feel off, but like if she says like am ye, but like I would also say like, oh, that is like dependent on like how close she is to her mom in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right. Because like with my family, like yes, I use gong majority of the time, but then when I'm joking around with my mom and my dad, I'm like my gong, right? Like I say that straight up. No, because that's the relationship me and my parents have. Like we're like very much friends, but like it fluctuates. There's like no in between. It's like it's either gong or hey my gong.
Dude, I miss your mom. She's still in choir.
Yeah, she's always in choir, dog. I think she went to go choir practices yesterday.
Oh man, it's funny.
But anyway, all I have to say, to each their own.
To each
Yeah.
their
This is
own.
so-
It's
to
just
each
a
their
The
own.
family
last time you were
family.
here, we were just saying, don't ick your yum.
Oh wait, we were saying.
And I was like, oh, wait, whatever she wants, I guess.
Hey man, it's her show.
Yeah.
Your mom, your relationship, your other romantic relationship.
But
Just
yeah.
gotta say
do your
though,
thing.
you're not the average here. You're not the standard exactly. So
Be careful about your pronouns and try your best in speaking Vietnamese. Because I did see that clip and I was like, oh, that's different. Like
Yeah.
that's I would have used gong instead.
Yeah.
But then I also was like, like I don't okay. This is just me. Like people's Vietnamese level of Vietnamese is just very different. But then I would use at least 3 words of Vietnamese, not 2, to show that I know my Vietnamese.
what do you mean?
What was the other?
Because
I've never seen the clip before.
Because she said 4.
No, she said 2.
Yeah.
Em nhí, this is the right choice. So
Yeah.
she couldn't say em nhí, đây là cái lựa chọn tốt.
Yeah, because
But that's hard.
I would have just been like, if it was just 2 words, just say it in English. Your mom knows English. If you're speaking like that,
A little bit.
just a little bit.
English.
Just a little. No, some. I feel like a majority of Vietnamese people, like, because we work so closely with the adults, like even if I don't know the Vietnamese words and I just bust out in English, they stare at me and I just go a little bit longer than usual and I like yap and then they're like, yeah, I understand. I'm like, you got it, and they actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
sure.
they understand English. Like
I just witnessed this. What was it? Oh, am Phai, like you said something like ghi yan cho cắm hoa, and then you said blah 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 blah. And no, it was about the accountant, but we don't know accountant in Vietnamese.
Yeah.
So we were just like, oh, go accountant chưa tới, and just hope that they know the word accountant, and they did.
yeah, like don't lowball everyone else's English skills. Like that's how they survived in like Orange County,
Yeah.
in America in the first place. But just girl, it's fine. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but let's use 3 words. Let's move it up next time because I feel like using 2 words is a cop out. It's a cop out to show that you speak Vietnamese at home, but you only use two words, and it's the easiest word, em nghĩ. But you know what? I also don't nghĩ, so whatever. Do your best, girly. I hope you have a great time on the show.
Oh my God, watch your. I was about to say
You watch
thing,
more
not
of it?
PG.
Oh.
Not PC. There's one Vietnamese guy, by the way. Oh, there was a big it with another Vietnamese guy too. So he had 2 tattoos, right? 2 tattoos. One represented because he was born in Vietnam, but he's in here.
Sorry, so on his hand?
On his hand, on his fingers, right?
Okay.
Okay.
One was the South Republic flag, right? One was the communist flag, the star.
Oh,
That's a choice.
And I was like, but he is from Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
But like, that
I
was
don't know how that aligns with their educational curriculum per se, but that's interesting. I've never heard that before.
That
Side by side,
like that gave me
outside a history textbook.
yeah.
that touches a lot of that's
Wow.
another conversation of intergenerational trauma
Yeah.
And those
in history.
were the only things he had, or
Yeah, those are the only things he had.
Wow, and they
yeah.
did a close-up
Thomas
on that?
Nguyen. Of course, his first name is Thomas.
they
And
did a
of course his
close up on
last
that
name
on the
is
show.
It was on the show. He was like showing Jen because they're the only. He was the only Vietnamese guy.
What was the reaction?
I don't think she knows. See, this is me trying to defend Jen, but now I'm like, I don't think she knew like
I see.
how that could be.
I see.
You know what I mean?
But
Okay.
is she from here?
She's
Or-
from Boston,
Yeah, I think that might be the
but there's
the
Vietnamese
reason.
people in Boston.
Well, but it's also
I'm from
bec-
Boston.
Oh yeah, that's right. But it is a little more like politically sensitive down in Orange County
that's-
because of Little
yeah.
Saigon.
That's true.
And like this has been like there were many regions and where Vietnamese immigrants were able to settle, but I feel like in California it was the most prolific because you have Little Saigon
Yeah.
up in San Jose and you have Little Saigon down here.
Oh, that's
and
true.
there
Yeah.
were I don't know about NorCal, but then down here there were a lot of protests back then, and so like it still is a little bit more sensitive down here. So I think that's why we're aware.
Yeah.
Just like when I'm just growing down here and like the sentiment, but oops, sorry, to each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with my bachelorette talk. I want to talk about that.
I mean, it's fascinating for us, I guess.
Yeah, we don't watch it, so
Yeah.
like sometimes I see clips on TikTok. But talking about TikTok, there is currently I don't want to talk about the trend or like, but there's this person. She says she's 34 years old, but she doesn't look 34 years old. And she basically made a video about why younger people are not, or younger women are not wearing heels to the club. And everybody went in on her because if you were going to talk about heels at the club, usually what you think about is like a nighttime shoe or something like that's very elegant. Stilettos for the clubs. She was wearing a blocky daytime shoe that you would probably wear for brunch, and then she was wearing a green leather dress. And then people, like younger people, just went all in on her, right? Because like who are you to tell us like what we should wear at the clubs? Like you open this conversation, she's getting like there's a lot of responses to it because
Yeah.
just like not your choice, not your decision. Well, you have your choice for your own body and what you want to
Yeah.
wear. But for other people, like whatever they wanted to go to the clubs, like that's on them. And so this
This 34-year-old allegedly looks older than she is, right?
yeah. Oh,
And
that's what
and
everybody
probably behaves
some of the
older.
comments that I have seen are like, "You look every second of 34." And I was
pretty
like,
good.
that is crazy. Like you. And then some people are like, you look 34 and more. And so I was like, okay, so this raised up the question of like, what comment from TikTok stays into your head? Like, which one is stuck in your head? Or any like Instagram, like TikTok comments that you've seen? What is the one
They're
that
so creative
pops
now.
up into your head?
I love the comment section of any reel.
Like, there's just so
I'm trying
many.
to think. There's a lot.
No, they're so highly creative and specific to those posts, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
But there's one in my head that's always been there, and I use it sometimes when people like it within my friend group. And it's like, wow, you killed it. Keep it dead. Sparkle, sparkle. Twinkle, twinkle.
That's a good
Oh wait,
one.
I know. There's one. Were you the one who commented at this?
What is it?
It was. I posted a picture on Instagram, and he said,
Probably me.
4 + 4 = 8. You 8.
That's me. 4 + 4 is 8. What's ETA backwards? 8.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, that's one. Your comment.
Right? You 8.
The person who makes those TikTok reels of like the first person who ever said "Cry Me a River," and then in the background as she's posting, it's like all those comments like what's 2 squared or like whatever, like 2 cubed or like other things like she's like in the background shouting noises and like oh she aged like she's on fire. Yeah, that's what it reminds me, like the comment section you're trying to get at.
Sometimes I just have a collective because like they all give out the same energy, but lately like I feel like I haven't been creative on my comments for my friends. So I'm like sometimes I'm like, you might have to leave this out. Save some for the rest of us. I've leaved it out myself. I don't even know why I said that. Yo, save some for the rest of us. And like these are like fully straight people, and I'm like, or it's like slay 4+4 8, or like graduation season is the hardest one for
No,
me.
graduate.
Yeah, graduate.
I think you also commented.
Yeah, I
that.
commented that on yours, but I like commented on everyone. Like graduate. Yeah.
What was another one? I think my friends did a graduation picture, but it was like Star Wars themed, and I was like,
Ooh.
oh my god, Princess Leia.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good, man. That is pretty good.
Another one that people often use is, it got 1 degree hot up in here.
Yeah, I'm almost, dude. I'm gonna be 1 degree hotter next week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be done.
We love.
I'm gonna be done. I'm so done. Like my mom's like, "Are you gonna get your PhD?" I'm like, heck.
What
No.
made her want to ask that though? Why would you?
Yeah, why would I? I think she just wanted me to be 3 degrees hotter, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But it's a lot of, yeah.
And
Not for me.
it was the way that you said, yeah, I'm going to be done next week. I'm going to be done next week. I'm done. Got me. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I need to eat, dude. I'm looking at you eating.
Oh, you could have brought your food here.
I don't have food.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You and your yogurt.
So should we like
We'll
go
get
order
something
something
later.
or like no?
No, don't you want to go home early? Don't us, not you, but everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
It's a Friday. And shout out to the IT people because I feel so bad because CrowdStrike just released, or they didn't release, but like a couple long hours ago, like within while the United States was sleeping, they released a new update which has shut down basically a lot of systems worldwide, and especially in America, airports, healthcares. So I woke up at 5 for some reason. And I started going on Reddit, and they were like, system shut down, system
Dude, I love Reddit.
And I was like, I love Reddit.
I love Reddit.
Reddit is so fun. It's kind of nice.
I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't use Facebook anymore, but now if I want to find something about someone, I use LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm not the only person who does that, right?
But like in
No.
what way?
like,
Well,
like in my
Social life too, or
social life too.
Wow.
Like in my friends, like trying to see
really?
like my friend is like curious about a guy, right? She's like, I only know his name, blah blah blah, what college he went to. I'm like, dude, use LinkedIn, see what he's done. His
no, but like
accomplishments.
social life, you know, like
Oh,
like,
not social life. No, not
what's he's up to in
messaging.
his private time. Like if that
it's
is the
more
level
like-
that you can find out on LinkedIn, I think you're spending a little too much time on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I mean, but also like if you find anything about their social life, that means they're posting about it on LinkedIn. That's like a glorified Facebook. Boy, just get off of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Go live in the moment. I think the top 3 that you would probably use to just like make sure like you're safe is just like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Because but that's only if they're a working adult
Yeah.
and if they update it. There's a lot of people that don't update their LinkedIn.
That's
I do
true.
not
Yeah.
update my LinkedIn.
I
I
know.
don't have to do any social media.
I added both you guys as friends. Not friends, connections.
Connections. Connect with me. No, for real. Like just connect with me. Yeah. I get anxiety like connecting with people though. I'm like, oh, what if they judge me?
What if
I'm a
people think-
loser.
But you don't even use LinkedIn.
Have you
so like,
seen
there's nothing
people-
to judge?
Sometimes I open it and I just like my goal is like to make 2 connections a day.
Have you seen people that you like saw your profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of flattering. Like, wow, what are you curious about me for? You know. Thanks. After I got like a job too, I was like, yeah.
But that's also blocked behind paywall now. You don't know who's actually looking at you.
No, sometimes they
right?
let
Sometimes
you
they let you.
Oh,
let
okay.
you see. So like I've seen like some of my old high school friends like look at my profile and I'm like, cool,
yeah.
thanks.
Because after I got like the teaching job, all of a sudden I think I counted 30 new views on my profile. So that means people were like, hey, she has a job, and then they shared it with other people. And I'm like, yeah.
I think it's weird because my partner, who works for a larger company, he just gets unsolicited resumes from kids in college who
the
were like,
heck?
hey, so I see that you're working at so-and-so. So like, I am an aspiring blah, blah, blah. Here's my resume. Can you like maybe put in a word for me? I'm like, who are you?
Well, they're doing it like that. That's not the right way to do it. But here's some tips. One, you don't send them your resume. You just post your resume on LinkedIn and add a bunch of connections. So if someone that likes your post, it goes into their network. And you also be careful about how you're reaching out to people, because that's not how people want to be reached out.
Exactly.
It's rather more like, hey, I heard you're this job title at this company. I'm aspiring to be that job title. Can you share a little bit about your experience, rather than, can you put in a good word?
At this point, I really wish they were bots or something. Like, can someone tell me this is just a bot or some kind of weird scam scheme that real people aren't actually doing this? But it happens like every other week. So I don't know.
You think they see it on TikTok like, oh, this is how you connect with people, and then they do that.
They might.
And yeah.
You might. Just be nice, say hello, and don't give out your personal information.
Yeah, what happened to hi, hello?
Hi,
Yeah,
hello.
that's true.
How are you doing? Nice to meet you. Because sometimes I open my TikTok and it's a crazy video, and I'm like, ooh, if I was right next to my parents, this was not a good intro.
Oh my gosh, I had a friend who had an OnlyFans, right? And then yeah. And then I followed her on Instagram because we knew I've known her in school. And then like I was just scrolling, and then it'd be one of her like sneak peeks. And then I found myself, and you're just scrolling, right? So I had to mute her just in case, like, what if I'm on Instagram, like a public space, and people see that?
Wow.
Did she make her only Instagram account to be
Like to promo
on
the side sometimes?
the OF?
Okay, so I have been following her Instagram since like we were like teenagers,
Yeah, in
because
high
at the
school.
time it was social.
Yeah.
But now she uses it.
She
She pivoted.
I feel like you should have like
Shouldn't
a
you just
private
start
one.
shouldn't you just start a
for-
professional one at that
just
point?
start a professional one to just keep it different,
I'm not sure how much of your old audience can be carried over to your professional work now.
I guess a lot, dude, because she had like 50,000 followers. So I had to mute her
That's crazy.
because I can't have that
Yeah.
in a public space. Not that you
Hey,
should do whatever
do
you
your
want.
thing.
Do your thing.
But pivot to a different one.
Yeah.
But there's no point now because she's at 50K.
Yeah.
Gosh, no, she's top 13% on like OnlyFans right
Wow.
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope that the regulations are good to her lately. I know that in the past they weren't that great. I mean,
don't
like
know.
the taxing,
She's
any sort
traveled.
of regulations and stuff.
She travels. Like, she travels.
Good for her.
Yeah, I think she just went to Australia. So I also follow her because I like seeing travel Instagram. Yeah.
Is it a good travel account though?
It's good, but there's still some sneak peeks.
Oh, okay. No, because like a lot of times when I see travel accounts or review accounts, they're so it's like, oh, here's this cool thing, but it doesn't feel like enough of a decent review for me, or it feels just very for show, for the gram, that kind of thing.
But I also mean, like, if you're posting it on Instagram and like TikTok, like you are very limited to a good specific time,
Yeah.
just so you could get views. Like, if you go past like 60 seconds, no one's gonna watch it. So you have to be really good in the first like 5 seconds.
So it's like, at this point, do you like looking at Instagram and stuff for just a quick recommendation and then researching yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, oh, if you're posting about it, then it means it was something to post about, and you typically would have a good experience unless stated otherwise. And then you just do your own research after that. Like,
That is true.
I wouldn't trust like just one person's experience as like a review,
I started like a whole sticker shop off of like just TikTok videos and learning through that.
How's that going?
Yeah, you never restarted it ever, or what's up?
Vicky Stickies? That's what the name was, called Vicky Stickies. I do it for friends and family. I think doing it, dude, I still need to print out like a bunch of like classroom stuff I need to do. So it's pivoted. The stickers are pivoted to like classroom signs. I still need to make my alphabet and all my other signs. So yeah, I'm still doing Vicky Stickies, but not in sticky form.
Not like commission-based business,
Not
just like
an education
it's private. Yeah.
Private.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. Like friends and family, if you guys ever need stickers, like hit me up.
I'm trying. I really want to. I bought a book nook, and I would like to.
What?
A book nook?
What's a book nook?
So a book nook is like a little mini diorama that it can be any shape or size.
Book nook.
Yeah, but it can be any shape or size, but it would fit on your bookshelf in between all your books, and it's like a diorama or something.
Oh, and then you would use a Cricut to like make the little diorama.
Yeah,
Or you just buy them.
So there are sets where they are pre-cut wooden pieces and everything, and then it's kind of like a Lego. You just like snap them all together or like glue them together. But some people do just make everything from scratch too, which
so
is
cute.
pretty hardcore. Yeah, but I bought a little book nook that is like a library, and then I want to replace all of the library book covers with my own book covers of choice. That's
Dude,
what.
I've been trying to get into making book covers too.
Oh, book covers? Wait,
We're talking
do you
about
like
different
book
things.
binding?
I
Binding, book cover making?
not binding, but cover making, because I just went on this little. Funny, we're talking about this. Good segue. I just went on this little like adventure around Little Saigon because like I'm gonna have a Vietnamese dual classroom, and I'm like, I'm gonna start out my own library. I'm gonna thrift all the books. I'm gonna go to Goodwill. When I forgot, like all my books had to be in Vietnamese.
How has it been finding Vietnamese books then?
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be hard, but it's not that hard because we live here. But I'm going to every like bookstore, and like there's like little ones all around Little Saigon. So I went. It was like going to a Harry Potter bookstore. Like they're not even like at the cashier. They're like in the back doing something.
Yeah, I've
else.
never really. I don't know what a children's Vietnamese book looks like.
I will bring some. And
It's like
show
a
you.
book in Vietnamese.
Book in Vietnamese.
Yeah, but I guess I've seen, chapter books meant for, teenage and like adult reading level, but I've never seen traditional children's books in Vietnamese. I've also seen like modern ones, contemporary ones made,
Yeah.
but you're collecting like as many as you can, so then you have to step into like finding older ones, right?
Actually, I don't want any of the older ones
okay,
because
yeah.
I have to, for political reasons, I have to make sure it's politically sound with the South Vietnam Republic. But I wanted to get into book covers because I can't have these kids ruining these books because they're hard to find. It's not like it's not like there's like a bunch of these titles.
Yeah.
Like whatever I find at a bookstore, I find. Which was also interesting because it's like, wow, I haven't been like hands-on shopping like this in a minute. You know what I mean? Like,
For anything?
For any, like just going down to like a city with a goal and going to other stores with the same goal and being successful at like having at least some success or a lot of success in specific stores.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, online shopping. Ooh.
Yeah. Man.
Do you peruse or browse in store anymore?
No. Dog, I'm a recluse. I just stay at home. I don't go anywhere.
How much did you guys spend anything in Amazon Prime Day?
Scam. I don't know.
I didn't spend any money.
I spent
Scam.
like 200, 300. Well, that's because I'm getting stuff for my classroom too.
Did you check the cart afterwards? Like, did you do it before and after?
No, I had a because I already made my wish list.
yeah.
And then I saw what prices actually dropped.
Okay,
so
that's
I
good.
bought the things that actually dropped.
Yeah.
I didn't fall for
Feels
scams.
like now more than in previous years, people are talking about how it was a bit of a scam.
Dude, they're getting sued for that. I'm pretty sure.
Will they?
Yeah. Well,
I would
hopefully.
love to hear about that.
Yeah. But then like would I rather let this slide or would I rather not have like Amazon Prime? Amazon free returns. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Dude, I can't live with Amazon free returns.
Jeff really got us there.
I know. I
Free
hate
shipping.
supporting. Not that. No, I don't like supporting him. I try to buy stuff at the store, and I never could find a specific thing that I want.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably gonna buy that pink crate in the third, fourth classroom because I can't find it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, summer's almost over.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God.
You don't like summer?
It's so hot.
No way.
I'm a winter girly.
Dude,
California summers have only gotten worse.
But you know what? Going to other states, like this is not that hot anymore.
I know.
Like it's not like I feel like a dry hot is definitely a lot better than a humid hot.
Yeah,
Humid
Yeah,
hot
but
is
still.
nasty.
And we're breezy.
Yeah, it is
we
breezy.
are breezy.
It's,
This is a
like
breezy
outside is
hot.
pretty
Ooh,
nice.
I'm
right
scared
now.
of wind, so that's not good for me.
What?
I have an irrational fear of the wind, so I don't like that either.
Can you explain
What?
that?
Because I'm tiny, so
Okay.
when I was a child, I had a terrible fear that, you know, because we have a lot of really tall old trees here. Especially around my elementary school growing up, like I had a tree nearby my elementary school
Which
that was like
elementary
Peters.
Oh,
It was like 2 or
yeah.
3 stories tall, that tree. And I lived in constant fear of those trees falling over and crashing on, you know, my house or like my school. And it's true, some of them did uproot trees. So my fears are not unfounded. Some of our Santa Ana winds get strong enough to uproot trees.
My gosh.
I mean, which is true, yeah.
That's true. I don't drive when the Santa Ana winds come.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can still drive. I just don't want to be outside, like feeling the wind and like hearing it in my ear.
Yeah.
I don't just like how the wind messes up your hair. Because then brushing it after is like a pain.
But I will say, I didn't know humidity until I went to like a humid area. And then it does stuff to your hair.
Yeah.
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 That doesn't happen here.
Yeah,
Because it's not humid here,
'Cause
man.
it's not humid.
Go
But
to,
it has
go to
gotten
hot
more-
Atlanta.
but it's gotten more humid though recently, right? Like back when we were younger, like it was like dry.
Yeah, it's dry,
Yeah.
but then like I don't think it's that big of a difference. But like, girl, go Georgia. Take
Rather
a,
than Texas.
take a trip. Just I literally walked out of the airport. A lady was like, "Wow, it's hot Atlanta up here," and I was like, "You know what, girl? You are so right.
Oh my God.
You
That's
are
just.
so right."
You don't watch 90 Day, huh?
I don't watch TV,
Oh my gosh.
girl. I sit in bed here. Let me lay it out for you, okay? There's my bed's in the corner of my room, okay? There's my PC right next to me, next to the bed. I lay there on my phone reading manga. And
You're reading now?
scroll TikTok. I'm back in reading again.
Wow, that's so exciting.
my God. Me too. I just charged my Kindle.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, exactly.
I'm reading some L. Kennedy books.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's taken so long for you to start reading again. Back when we were volunteering, I would ask you if you read, and you were like, no, I don't have the time for that. Just bed rotting.
Yeah, no.
It's been at least over a year.
No,
Since I've
like
been waiting for you to read
it's
again.
like I actually have been like keeping up with like new stories. I feel like I just like lost like sometimes when like with specific mangas because they're like released by the publishers, like they release it in volumes and like the volumes take a long time, especially because they're English translated. So I'm like, well, what am I supposed to read now if I like caught up to date, you know? So
Yeah.
I gotta wait for Japan to finish everything and get it and then read it again. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to read anymore. So I'll just brain around on TikTok and Reddit. Now I'm back to reading.
Oh, that's good. I just learned why there's some mangas wrapped in Barnes and Nobles. I thought it was special edition, but that was not the reason.
I am like kind of surprised that there's a lot more in Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah.
Like that's new. That wasn't there when we were young, or I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to go over there when I was younger.
Yeah. Wow, you just learned about that,
Interesting.
huh? Interesting.
What the funniest thing was, I went with Koi, and then like he was like, "Look, like someone they just couldn't wait, right?" And it's like ripped,
Oh.
and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, jeez."
To each their own.
To
Yeah.
each their own.
I will say I do buy Barnes and Nobles because my I used to have one online site that I went to, but they got bought out. Damn these monopolies, but they got bought out. So now I'm switching over to Barnes and Nobles because their item catalog has expanded so much with the rising interest, and their rewards program is decent. So
Dude, with my educator account, I used to get straight up 20% off, right? And I think I should still be getting that, but because of the rewards program, they replaced the educator thing with the rewards program.
a special one for educators, or
Yeah,
no?
it was a special one for
Okay.
educators. No, it's not a special one. So that educator thing is out the window.
Oh,
Yeah. What the heck? Barnes and Nobles?
okay.
That's why I'm going to Amazon.
I mean, sometimes they don't have Vietnamese children's books on Barnes and Noble.
They straight up don't.
Yes, I get it. They
But-
know their target audience.
Yeah.
We're just not it.
Wait, describe the rewards program again, because I had to sign up for it because they told
Oh, I do the free one.
Yeah,
so
what was the free one?
What is it? It's like a stamp card, right?
Yeah.
10 stamps gets you like $5 off, but each stamp you have to spend $10.
So $100 gets you $5 off.
Yeah, I think so. Well, when you put it that way, that kind of sucks now. Yeah, but I only ever buy when they do sales or something, like pre-order sales, like 25% off pre-order sales, buy one get one 50% off, or like double rewards points. So
I have an opinion. We all grew up around the same area. Do you guys remember AR testing?
Yes.
yes.
Kids don't read anymore because they don't. I legit think it's because there's no incentive to the AR testing.
Wait, what?
So they don't. You know how we always had a book we read in class, right? We always in our desk, always. Now, like a lot of kids, I'm seeing a lot of my students, they don't read for fun anymore because they took out AR testing.
They don't do AR testing
They
anymore?
don't do AR testing anymore.
At Westminster only?
And Garden Grove.
Oh.
Yeah, like at all. They don't do it anymore at all.
What
and
did
this
they
was like before the
replace it
pandemic.
with?
They didn't replace it with anything. So kids are straight up like there's no accountability to reading anymore.
Ooh, that's a choice.
Yeah.
That's
Because
interesting.
I understand not wanting to make like children feel bad because of not getting like not reading a
Yeah.
million words or whatever. But oh my gosh, they still gotta read
You
for
could
fun.
still use the system, just not put as much weight into it.
Yeah. But I want to
Yeah.
hear your thoughts on like what you thought about when you were younger, but what you think about now that you're older.
I thought it was fine.
It was never that serious.
It was- yeah.
yeah.
It was a book a week. You just
Yeah.
read like Magic Tree House and you got your points.
I never even did like mine's wasn't set by like one book per week or anything. Back when I was a kid, I would sit down with my teacher and they would go through, what each child's current reading level is and like their speed of reading, and then just tailor it to them. It wasn't like specifically one book a week. It was some kind of point goal or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would prefer that system. I had the one book a week, but then I was like, how can I do the test when I'm reading Harry Potter
Yeah.
at a third grade level and that's like 100 chapters and I can't read that fast yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
know
when
what
I
mean?
say one book a week, I'm thinking like the 2-point books.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
no.
Because
Like,
it was 2 points a week was like the goal.
Oh, no. We never
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
per week thing. It was just within the semester or
Yeah,
quarter,
yeah.
whatever,
They
just
had-
meet the goal.
yeah, they had to meet the goal, but then sometimes
Yeah, because some kids read like really thick books.
yeah, because
So
my
what can you do about that?
my second grade teacher was like one book a week, but I'm okay, and I get like the amount of books, but then like slowly as you get older, then you're like reading like the heavy chapter books. You're reading over like 200 pages,
Jackson.
maybe like 300 pages if you're like Lord of the Rings in elementary, and then hey man, it's kind of fun. That's why I can't. There's nothing else to read now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we were readers.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were readers
Why
when we were
would you-
younger.
But even sorry.
Oh no. I mean, why one a week? Is it some kind of like procrastination thing?
I think it was just for like younger
It's just
kids,
younger kids.
so that they can get used to that pattern. But also like even then, like even when you had the AR testing, right? There were still some students that needed like extra help. Like I feel like there
Yeah.
should have been like a supplement because I talked to, I was very close to my sister's teacher when I was like younger. So like I was talking to her. I was in like 3rd grade and she was a 5th grade teacher, and she's like, hey, just make sure you keep reading your books because and I think she was like very lax and very flexible because she has so many years of experience teaching, and like there's just something about me, like I don't know why teachers just always tell me, but they're like, yeah, make sure you keep reading your book because there are sometimes we can get kind of concerned because the older kids aren't reading at the level they're supposed to be at, and I'm like, why are you telling me? Like I'm 3rd grade, dog. You're like oh, I'm a 2nd grade, dog. You're in 5th grade. Like why do I know that one of your students is reading at a 1st grade level and the other one's reading at a 3rd grade level like me? Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was always following the rules. Like they said my reading level is this. I always picked books in that reading level, took the test. It was all good.
Yeah.
I also think a part of it, it's like how are parents also like actively like pushing their kids to read too
Yeah.
and supporting that.
That's a good point too.
Because my mom always took me to
the
the library
library?
during the summer,
Which library did she take you?
Garden Grove. I did not go to New Hope.
I
went-
like the New Hope one now.
It's
really good.
Because I always got confused at the New Hope one because I'm like, where do you enter?
You went through both ends.
No, but the gates were always closed.
Oh, okay. Then the other end.
The gates were always closed.
No. Well, not right now.
Okay, well, when I was a kid, the gates were always closed.
Jeez.
So like they're literally
They're renovating now too to a second level.
See,
I think.
that's nice. No,
Yeah.
I think my parents they always took me to Garden Grove, and they put me in the reading program where if there's incentives for you to read amount a week, so that and then you return the books, you get a stamp, and then when you finish a complete, I think it was 50 books, then you can get discount coupons to restaurants, and they wanted discount coupons to restaurants.
Oh, okay, I see.
So
Mimi's
we could go out.
Cafe, right?
Yeah, Mimi's Cafe. So then they would make me read, and I enjoyed reading. I was like, that's how you discover a lot of brands. I was like, I remember like 3rd grade, they mimicked the whole pattern to be a baseball field. So you have like the goals, like you have first base, second base, third base, and like that's how many books you read.
Yeah.
Right. And when you get to home run, then you get the discounts to Mimi's Cafe. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to reach this because like I want coupons. I love coupons. I want to go to a good restaurant, right? Because, 2008, you're poor. Recession.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I read it and I was like, I had to pick the books. And I was like, ooh, American Girl. And that's how you fell into the American Girl trap. And then you fall into other traps because then there's a lot of these marketing people. They're like, write a book. I feel like that's also a thing. Like, now when you look at Scholastic, because we got a call for the summer school, they're like, do you want to host a book fair?
Yeah.
Scholastic, but then we don't.
What?
Yeah, they reached out to us. I'll talk about it
Yeah,
later.
we did. Yeah.
But we don't have capacity for that. And then I was looking at the selection. I was like, they're releasing Minecraft books.
Oh, wait. So what books did you read? You started talking like American Girl and stuff. Like,
So-
what other standout did you read when you were in school?
Oh, so I refused to read The Magic Tree House. You know why? Because the girl's name was Annie, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
biter.
Okay, I see.
Biter.
Okay.
I'm the only Annie. But it's also like, you should not judge a book by its cover. But when you're a kid, you don't know any better. So I like the thickness of a lot of books. So like I vaguely remember reading like, I just read like a lot of like
A
novels.
series of unfortunate.
I did not read that either.
Oh, I couldn't get into that one.
I couldn't get into that
I
one.
couldn't
Yeah.
get
I couldn't
Percy
get into
Jackson.
I couldn't get into Babysitter Club. I read Percy Jackson. I read Divergent. I read Harry Potter. I read Lord of the Rings, but I no longer remember all of those because that was
You
so
read
long ago.
Lord of the Rings as
Wow.
a. Did you read that as a kid?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Wow.
That's a long book.
What series do you remember reading?
Same Percy Jackson,
okay.
Percy Jackson, Harry Potter. The series after Percy Jackson was it like the Lost Hero, the Heroes,
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, of
was a big
course, of
one.
course.
Babysitter's Club. But nowadays, I'm really glad that not only the books are getting more diverse, but the writers are also getting more diverse.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure. But because the schools are really like kind of stuck in traditional English classes, they're kind of stuck in their ways. We're still reading the same things.
Like the required reading, not like the library books,
the
right?
required
The
reading,
required
like
reading.
To Kill a Mockingbird, which
Okay,
know,
but
it's a
I
great
like
book.
To Kill a Mockingbird is a great book.
It's a
you
great
know what?
book.
I have
I heard the sequel really fell off.
I have it wasn't a sequel actually.
Spin-off?
It was a prequel and she never published it.
Ooh, prequel is even weirder then.
It might be a sequel, but she never published it. It was actually never officially published by her. I'm gonna say this, but I hate Atonement. Atonement is
What
the
is Atonement?
worst. Look, shout out to the writer, but I hate that book.
Was it the
Atonement?
Will and No Will, and we have Will.
No, Free Will by that
Yeah.
guy. That's nonfiction in 11th grade, and that I really like that guy. Like he has really good books of thinking. But Atonement was basically this girl. Her name's Bryony. We call her Brioche Bread because she sucked. But basically, like in World War II era, rich family. She has an older sister. The older sister had a boyfriend, and then basically it was like this whole plot involved in part one where one of her cousins got raped and they blamed the boyfriend, but he was innocent. And Brioche Bread was the one that lied about it, even though she kind of had a feeling it wasn't him. She just said it was him. 'Cause I think
False testimony?
false testimony, and they took the word and they ruined it. That made a no connection between her sister, the boyfriend, and like she separated from the family, right? You go to part two. Well, now Brioche Bread is older. It's World War II. They're literally in the middle of it, and she's working as a nurse, and it just documents her experience, like remembering everything. And then she, makes up with her sister and the boyfriend because they moved on, lived their life. Turns out that whole thing was a lie. That was a false thing that she made in her head to atone for her sins of lying. Turns out the brother, she never reconnected with her sister, never reconnected with the boyfriend either.
Yeah.
And then the sister and the boyfriend never actually got married. They died apart because of World War II.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And Brioche Bread lived?
Brioche Bread lived.
Oh my gosh.
And then she died.
I
my
see.
Well, even the dying wasn't even that great. But then, like,
So therefore, we should diversify book lists to avoid books like that. With new books.
I hated that. I don't even know why I read it.
And
Anyways,
it was a required reading?
It was a required reading. Shout out to Spark Notes and shout out to Lit Charts.
Wow. I did not have that in my. I've never heard that book before.
Did you remember
Good.
Call to the Wild?
No, not that one
wasn't
either.
a good one either. It was like a dude that goes to Alaska to go find himself. And
Okay.
that's it.
Wilderness Man.
And it's
okay.
the book of finding.
Did he find himself?
No. You know
Okay.
what else is not good? Like Island of the Blue Dolphins. That's elementary one. Did you guys read that?
No.
Ooh, that's a little too far back to remember, I think.
Okay. I'm trying to remember books.
However,
Yeah.
dolphins though.
I don't like dolphins. I'm scared of dolphins.
Why?
They're scary.
Dolphins are the more you learn about dolphins, the more you can't like them.
Really?
Yeah.
So you haven't learned too much about dolphins.
I want you
Is
to,
what
like,
I'm
after
getting.
this, you should go and like
Look
look
up
about dolphins.
dolphins?
Yeah.
Dolphins are criminals.
Okay. I'll look it
Yeah.
up. Do you know what animal kills the most humans, by the way?
Oh, go on.
Yeah. I
Mites.
want you to guess.
Okay.
Cockroaches, mites. Oh, or insects.
What animals
Yeah, it's an animal.
kill the
Animal.
most humans in the world? What animal kills the most humans in the world?
We're talking about animals.
Animal.
Yeah, not an insect.
Not an insect. Animal.
And this is like intentionally or inadvertently?
Cows.
No.
Damn.
What's your guess?
But like, is this animal killing like
Bats.
intentionally or inadvertently?
Inadvertently. I mean,
Bats.
like, not bats.
Oh, inadvertently?
Vending machine.
It's hippos.
Oh.
It's hippos. Because when
I think
you...
they're doing it intentionally though. I think hippos actually are out to kill though. Cows are like, that's like an inadvertent kind of thing, you know? Like a cow falling on you or something. Yeah, that's inadvertent. But a hippo is actually out to get you.
Oh my god. I thought it was sharks. Like, I swear to God, it was
No,
sharks.
sharks are
No, if
sweethearts,
anything,
they're just
killer
blind.
whales. If anything, orcas
Yeah,
are
no,
pretty.
my God.
Well,
Those are scary.
but maybe an orca might be more prone to like killing other sea animals than
That's
you.
true.
But
I had a good would you rather with a shark, too.
Okay.
One of my kids said, would you rather be chased by a shark or be chased by 10 piranhas?
Shark.
shark, because you can punch their nose if it was really threatening.
That's what they said, too, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I hope you guys... That's not true.
what?
That's
Which part isn't true?
The punchy nose, because if you try to punch their nose, they're just going to open their mouth.
The anatomy of a shark.
No, not you, but like you could just a shark.
Yeah.
You
The,
know?
the anatomy is that their mouth, like their
mouth
their
is
snout
under.
is like
Longer.
a little here, and their mouth like under here a little bit.
So they're
So
not
you
going to
could
like
still
go
man-
up and like, you know?
No,
But then
Like,
it would
when you
still be their nose would then be further up, and their mouth would still be down here.
Dang.
Like they can't like stretch their chin out. If,
know.
you know.
Huh.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Hey man. Sharks get a
But then
bad
I guess
rap.
I guess it would be a matter of your aim,
Yeah.
perhaps. Yeah.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
would have asked the aquarium guy if we went to that field trip this year.
My bad. Sorry. Actually, not my bad.
Not my bad. Koi's bad.
I put it on the list. I put aquarium specific on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. Oh my
Yeah. Dolphins make top 3 animal criminals.
God. What's in the other top 2?
I think otters.
Otters. Oh my God, my
Otters.
classroom's the otters.
Well,
My classroom.
but at least they don't harm humans.
Okay, that's good.
But they're also they also have criminal behavior. Yeah.
What in the world? Monkeys have criminal behavior.
That too, but they're pretty close to humans, so it doesn't take you as by surprise, right? Because what is it? In terms of like physical features and stuff, like the opposable thumbs, the use of tools and stuff,
mean
the society.
Evolution.
Yeah, uh-huh. It's the dolphins and the otters that might surprise you.
What the heck? No, I wanna...
You can find out very soon.
Okay.
I think it's time for her to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining. Bye. Follow us on our podcast, our social media. Whoopsies. At Give Us Hope OC, Facebook,
Bye,
Instagram,
friends.
YouTube.
You too.
Bye.
Mo pai ba booms.
Yeah.
Mo pai ba
Yeah.
boom nam sao bay
Yeah.
tam.
Can you fade out on this?
Nam sao bay tam.
Yeah.
Ba boom nam sao bay tam.
Yeah. Let it go.